What's going on, everybody? So today we're going to be talking about the Mandalorian season finale. Uh, I'm a little late to it, but you know, some stuff came up. Anyway, so in this episode, I'm just going to go through the plot line really quickly. We see, we see Mando and Boba Fett, Cara Dune, and they all go back to I can't remember what planet it is. The water planet. I think it's on the water planet. Anyway, they go and they pick up Bo-Katan and Sasha Banks' character, and the guy Mandalorian is just missing. We don't hear what happened to him, and so they all go and they're getting ready to go to Moff Gideon's cruiser. Uh, oh, at the very beginning of this episode, they pick up uh, the scientist guy, and they say that he is a Camino cloner. I think they say he's a cloner. I think they say he's like I don't. They say he's a cloner. So they capture him and one of the like trifold ships from Return of the Jedi. So then they go and pick up the two Mandalorian chicks, and then they all get on the Imperial shuttle. And as that's and Boba Fett is following them from behind, and then they come up on Moff Gideon's cruiser, and they crash the shuttle into the docking bay, and then Boba Fett gets a whole bunch of TIE fighters, and then hyperspace jumps out. Now it was a little weird that they were I don't know, the way that they were traveling was kind of weird. But I don't know, I guess they were sharing the same like location and stuff. But anyway, um, it just made me think about hyperspace tracking in the sequel trilogy. But anyway, back to my back to my point. So you see Boba Fett jump away, and he's just gonna come back when everything's done. You see all three of the three ladies, the what's her name, Finrick, the two Mandalorian ladies, and Cara Dune, and they go out and they start wreaking havoc on all the stormtroopers, shooting them all. And as they're clearing out everything, they leave the hangar, and then Mando walks out. You see him with his pistols in his hand, and he's got the Beskar spear strapped to his back. He goes and runs to the Dark Trooper holding facility. And while he's running there, you just see all three of the girls running through the hallways and killing all the stormtroopers. Then Cara Dune's gun jams, and she's like, "Well, I can't do anything." And Bo-Katan's, protecting her. She's like, "Don't worry, I got you covered." And Cara Dune just like picks up her gun and starts hitting him like a hammer, like a sledgehammer. It's a pretty funny scene. She after that she goes and gets in the elevator, and she's like saying the Star Wars swear words. It's kind of funny, and she like slams it on the ground and makes it work. Uh, so after that, you see the Mandalorian get to where the Dark Troopers are, and he's trying to put in the. He sees the door starting to open, so he runs to it and shuts the doors back, and one gets through, and it beats the crap out of him. It really reminds me of Terminator. I don't remember where I heard that. Somebody said something about it being like Terminator. Uh, but it's like unstoppable. He tries to shoot it, and the bullets just kind of like ding off it, or just kind of like absorbs it. Just like hits and doesn't do anything. And then it grabs him, so he tries using his flamethrower, and you see it like coming out like I guess you see it go all the way through the Dark Trooper. It's still going at him, and it's like punching his face in. No, he probably should have had a concussion from how bad he was getting hit, but his Beskar saves him. He tries using his wrist thing that kills a whole bunch of them at one time, and that doesn't do anything. So finally he gets like thrown back, and then he spins and takes the spear off his back and shoves it into the head of the droid. And then he runs just in time before they break through the door, and shuts it and sends them all out into space. Then you see that all the women have taken over the bridge of the ship, but Moff Gideon isn't there. That's like the whole reason Bo-Katan wanted to come, was to fight Moff Gideon and take the Darksaber back. So after it cuts back to Mandalorian, and you see him running down to the holding cells, and he gets there, and then Moff Gideon is standing there with the Darksaber. He's like about to kill Baby Yoda. Mando's like, I don't care who has the Darksaber. I don't care who has this ship. I just want the kid. Let me take him and I'll leave. Moff Gideon's like, okay, I've stolen enough of his blood. Go ahead and take him. So they start like sidestepping, and when Mando's about to pick up Grogu, Moff Gideon tries to kill him. He like swipes at him with the Darksaber. So like I was kind of right. There was a Darksaber fight. It looked pretty good. There's a whole bunch of slashing. The Beskar spear starts like showing like little red spots where the sword is, where the Darksaber hits. Like visually, it looked really good. But you see him like blocking. It looks really good. It sounds really good. But the Mandalorian defeats him kind of easy. I don't know how I feel about that. It even like up to this point, Moff Gideon has been like a big bad. Like he's been menacing, but he kind of defeated him with ease. It's kind of I don't know the word. It kind of reminds me of Force Awakens when you see Rey just very easily defeat Kylo Ren. This very much seems like the Force Awakens all over again. That's a little worrying, but I trust Jon Favreau enough. Like with season 2, he's bought enough respect for me to trust him and maybe Dave Filoni. But oh yeah, so yeah, so the Mandalorian defeats him pretty easily, and then after he defeats him, he takes him up to the bridge, and uh, him and Bo-Katan lock eyes, and she's like, "What did you do? Like, I have to defeat him in combat." And then Moff Gideon, it kind of seems like that was his plan all along. So that kind of softens what I was saying before. So maybe he is like playing the 4D chess. You know, not 3D chess, 4D chess. So let's see. Yeah, after they start, you know, they're about to like fight. You can see the tension in the room. The dark troopers start landing back in the on the ship, and everyone seems very surprised by this. You know, it could very easily have been, you know, you turn on the shield ships, you close the hangar bay, but no one thought to do that. It's a little thing that could have been fixed, but you know, it is what it is. So they all land there, and so they shut off like the blast doors to the bridge, and then the dark troopers, there's like 20 of them, and they're all just like lined up outside the bridge door, and they're just beating on it, right? And then they see that there's one ship coming, right? An X-wing, and then we see Luke Skywalker himself go running down the hall, slicing through droids, using the Force, crushing them, you know, just blowing him away. You know, the Luke we should have seen in the sequel trilogy, the real Luke Skywalker. It's not Jake Skywalker. You know, it's super powerful, you know, Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. You see him blow through all these dark troopers, and then he gets up there, and they open the door, and then he takes off the thing, and it's Mark Hamill standing there. It's the dialogue for him was a little funky. The CGI was a little bad, but I heard they did what they could with what they had. But it really doesn't matter. It matters that they put the effort into showing this. You know, he never introduces himself. He never does anything like that. But he says that Grogu's asking for Mando's permission to come with him, and he warns him like this. He's gonna be hunted the rest of his life. You know, if he can't be trained, you know, he's very powerful, but without training, he won't amount to anything. It kind of seems like a shot at the sequel trilogy and at Rey. You know, there's a lot of memes going around with like that. It's like people slam dunking the sequels into the trash. But anyway, no, that's a nice little moment. It's a good sentiment. But Mando picks up Baby Yoda or Grogu one last time. He's looking at him, and the baby touches his face, so he takes off his helmet and looks at him with his own eyes. You know, this should have been the first time we see his face. Like, that would have been such a a big emotional impact. Um, you know, maybe now because he's done this, he's like breaking away from his um, what is it? The creed of the watch, is that what they called it? Maybe now he's just gonna be a regular Mandalorian. Um, I think that might be what they're doing. But that's where the episode ends. Uh, Overall, it's either a hit or a miss. A lot of people didn't like most of the episode, but most everyone is agreeing that that Luke moment is probably the best moment in Disney Star Wars so far. It's definitely probably the best moment in The Mandalorian. But there is the point to be made that as it stands right now, that's still going to end up being Jake Skywalker. I mean, this is the problem when you bring him in. I really thought they were going to show Ezra, because we had heard that they definitely filmed a green lightsaber. Now they can edit that in post-production. They can, do this or that and change it up. That's a very small scene that they could have just changed. But they deliberately chose Luke Skywalker. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are going to try to fix Luke Skywalker in whatever way they can. I don't know how I feel about that. But right now, like, that moment was a win for fans. That is that's probably the closest we're ever going to get to, an apology from anybody affiliated with Lucasfilm. They that's them showing that, hey, maybe destroying, the arguably the main character, definitely one of the main characters of Star Wars. Star Wars is supposed to be, about it's supposed to be about family. Like, according to George Lucas, Anakin, Vader, Luke, that is like the main plot. It's the fall and redemption of Anakin Skywalker, and Luke Skywalker is the integral part to that. He's the entire reason why he turns back to the light. It's good that they're trying to fix it, but I don't know how much that they actually can, unless they actually do, erase it. Which, I mean, I don't know. Even if they did, I don't want them to treat it like they did with Legends. I want them to have, whatever timeline they want going first, and the sequel timeline that people can write stories in if they want to, and then have Legends. I want them all continuing so that you can be happy with your stories. I don't want to have one thing. Like, I don't want to, just because you like something that I do not like doesn't mean I want you to not have it. Like, you can have it in over there, and I can have mine over here. I mean, but overall, the episode was, I really liked it, but it's very much a mass subjective, like, there's definitely objective problems in this episode. Like we never even figure out what happened to the guy Mandalorian. He just disappears so that they can have a powerful woman moment, which it really wasn't that bad. Like it was done. It was executed very good, very well. Um, it was definitely better than what Avengers did with their A Force. Have everybody just randomly line up um, in the middle of a battle, or better than I've heard The Boys was really bad. I haven't gotten to see that yet because my internet's really bad. But at the very end of this, there's a post-credit scene. So I mean, yeah, it's MCU Star Wars confirmed. But there was a trailer for the Book of Boba Fett, and you see him go down the steps of Jabba's palace, and he kills the pale Twi'lek. I don't know what they're eating on Tatooine, but they are like all gaining weight. Like he was really fat. He's like, oh, Boba. uh, but you see Boba Fett kill him, and he sits down on the throne, and it says the Book of Boba Fett. And then that is coming in December 2021. So we got a whole year until that, but that is going to be the next thing. And we've heard that the 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 Filoniverse, I think that's what people are calling it. So the Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, all those projects are going to be very intertwined. Pedro has said, Pedro Pascal said that he's going to be in these upcoming projects. It's going to be very much an MCU style thing. All these characters are going to have overlap. We've heard that they were, I think it was Doomcock who says that they either were filming or filmed, or either were filming or plan on filming seasons 3 and 4 at the same time. So, and there's even a Disney Plus trailer for Eastern Europe that says Mandalorian coming in 2021. So I'm guessing that Mando's gonna be in the Book of Boba Fett. They probably filmed the Book of Boba Fett and Mandalorian season 3 at the same time because of all these COVID restrictions and all that. So I'm betting that they have it all. They either will have it all or do have it all together. And that's what the people working on there were telling people like me. So yeah, that's gonna be really exciting. I'm curious to see where this is gonna go. Let me know what you think down below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.